Who's starting?
How much of a game changer is this place for recruiting?
It's really good. I mean, it is an outstanding facility. Everything any student athlete could really want. Tremendous basketball facilities. It's certainly Littlejohn is, I think, incredible. But then the Swan Pavilion and everything in the back house, practice room, weight room, player lounge, video room. I mean, it's just a first-class facility. So something that is certainly needed. Something I think will take
in its current form, have you been able to show it off to any recruits, and what's been the reaction?
We've tried to show it off as much as we could, and you know, they were gracious enough to allow us to come in here with some hard hats in the summer. It didn't have quite the same impact as it does now. Really, the Louisville football weekend was almost the first time when it was done enough that you could kind of make all of it out and understand what it really meant to the players. Now, even this week is really it's still not quite finished, but it's about 99%. It certainly made a big impact on our team. Our guys feel great, and certainly there's a lot of pride within our program. And recruits that have seen it, especially starting with the Louisville weekend, it was certainly an eye-opener for most of them.
Does it seem like it's been a long journey because you mentioned the conversation carried on when you first got here? Does it seem like a long journey?
It's been a long journey, you know, and there's been good days and bad days along the way, but certainly it's all worth it. You know, it's something that I had a vision that we could get to this point. It took the hard work of a lot of people. Some tremendous fundraising efforts, a lot of man hours to put in the time, but as much to build the momentum behind it that you need to make something like this really happen. Not just to do something small and to put a Band-Aid on it, but to do it right like we've done it. There's a lot of things that have to go in place. There's a lot of wheels that have to get going in the same direction for people to believe that this can be possible. Certainly we've done that now. I think it's turned out fantastic.
Does having a home like this give the players more incentive to come to work and make them happier?
Well, I hope so. I certainly think it makes a better experience. You know, for the last 18 months, we've lived another life over in Jervey, and done the best we could with it. It was challenging at times, but even before then, just you know, you didn't have some of the same things that some of your competitors did. And, you know, now we do. Now we can't point to facilities as any kind of situation where we're not at the par. We're certainly on par with just about everybody in our league. It creates a certain level of excitement. And at the same time, I just think it creates a lot of positive momentum in the program. And that's something that, you know, takes a while to get to. But, you know, there were some times back in a couple years ago where I was telling you guys there's a lot of really good things happening behind the scenes within the program that don't always show up in wins and losses. And those days were a lot of time spent to make today a reality. You know, I'm really proud of the time, energy, and effort that my staff and I put in, all the people that take to get to this point. Because I can tell you it was a lot. And, you know, it was needed. And certainly, again, it's well worth it.
From a practice, you guys started practice and all, but tell me how having the Swan Pavilion and how it helps both you and the women's program.
Well, first off, it's just time. If you ever want to practice at the same time, you know, you can go in the Swan Pavilion or the arena, and it's no problem because the Swan Pavilion is a terrific practice facility. We have enough goals that we can have guys shooting at 6 baskets, so we can have the whole team shooting at the same time if we need to. If we need to break down into 3 or 4 groups, we've got court space to be able to break down into groups of 3 or 4 and 4 groups and get working, as opposed to just 2 baskets. Or 4 baskets. We've got 6 baskets. We've got plenty of space, and so the time thing is a big one. And then efficiency when you are in the Swan Pavilion now is much better than it was in the previous.
So you all have come to fruition. What's the sense of accomplishment you get personally from this?
A lot. It really is because you know, it's something that I kind of challenged myself to get done. Very early on, I knew that I wanted to do this. Aaron Dunham, who I mentioned, he and I got together, and I just talked to him about, hey, we need to make this happen. Like, Clemson basketball can't have the kind of success that people want without making facility improvements. And we've got to convince people that this is what we need, and we got to find a way to figure out how to do it. I'm certainly willing to do whatever I need to do my part. I'm not asking you to do something that I wouldn't do, and certainly because of that, he took me up on it. And I've been to a lot of different places and met with all different kinds of people in different situations to try to, again, just create momentum. And once we got it to where we created a bunch of momentum within the program, and people got to know us and our staff and our players. When they got to know us, they really wanted to be helpful. And you know, it's funny. I tease sometimes back in the early days when, you know, I was here. I would speak at the Prowling Grounds or whatever, and somebody's wife would come over and grab me on the sleeve and say, "Hey, I really like basketball better than football." And I would say, "Why are you whispering?" we can talk out loud about that. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. And so you just kind of had to go find some of those folks, get them excited about it. And again, when they met our players, when they met our staff, when they saw the vision, you know, thankfully we have a great group here at Clemson, and we recruited some people that really want Clemson folks to be a part of it. And it took all of us to get it done, but it's certainly been done the right way.
Speaking of that excitement, Coach, how nice will it be to be able to show this place off tomorrow with the game debuting and the